Man, Colorado took an L today, and a lot of folks have different reactions. Some people are really butthurt right now. Other folks are um, cheering. About 50%, 50% of folks are really like looking forward to Coach Prime getting humbled. What I would say is that this is not surprising. Somebody had a nice little stat of the last interactions between Oregon and Colorado. Oregon's been kicking Colorado's butt for forever. It's not really anything new. Prior to this game, when you look at the wins that Colorado had, you could see that there were some issues on the offensive line. There were a lot of sacks that were given up, and it was only a matter of time before Colorado goes against a really good team. You're going to start seeing that hole being exploited. And I think that Oregon had a good advantage being able to watch these three games and be like, that's a massive problem that Colorado has. Their O-line is not very good, right? Their left tackle got worked the whole game. The other issue is that the defense lets anybody run through them. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's I think it was like 190 yards average that other teams are running through that Colorado defense. So, what did Oregon do? They ran the football. Simple. So, I know on Twitter, a lot of people were saying that they were really tired of the hype. And some people just don't like Deion's personality. I don't have an issue with it. It's people should be free to be people, right? If that's who you are, you should be free to be that. And I'm not really here to police anybody on how they need to be. Everybody doesn't need to be the cookie cutter same thing. So, for those who don't like the chains he wears and all this other stuff, that just sounds like a personal problem to me. I don't have an issue with it. I don't personally wear chains like that, but if that's your style, that's your style. Rock it. But people took that way too far, and we're just hoping for this man's demise. He's still 3-1. And honestly, even if he loses the rest of the games this season, which I don't think he will, he still is significantly better than what the team was last year. I do think that they need to hit the portal and recruiting really hard for O-line and D-line. They need some bigger guys or better guys or a combination of the two. Happy to see they didn't get blown out. It wasn't looking too good at halftime. I was like, ooh, 35-0. Shedeur can't get off the ground. This is a problem. But they were able to sneak in a little score. And so good for them. I don't think this is a big deal. And, I hope they use this as a learning lesson. There's not much you can do about that offensive line. I don't think that they're going to have the same problem against USC, honestly. I mean, it's just going to be rough. I mean, you just can't do anything if you don't have any protection. And also, if you looked at the last three games, they couldn't run the football either. So you combine the fact that you are letting your quarterback just get hit all willy and nilly, and then you can't run the football. That's a recipe for disaster. So if Shedeur can't get the ball off, you don't move the ball. A lot of pressure for him. And so one of the other issues I saw is that people were saying that, we need to take Heisman out of the conversation now. I don't think one game, especially this particular game, kills its whole Heisman run. These issues were here before. So all things considered, I don't know if he could have played any better. There were moments in the game where it looked like he was holding the ball a little long. That could have just been because nobody was open. I know their number one cornerback for Oregon, it was like 6'3" or whatever. He was sniffing out everything. So there wasn't really much that I think he was guarding Horn. There wasn't really much Horn could do. The tight end, I would have liked to see the tight end be utilized more because that's what happened during Colorado State's game, right? you really couldn't get much going on, and then you were able to get some passes to the tight end, and that was able to open up some things for you. I wish they would have been able to get to that earlier in the game, but that also might just be the fact that your O-line was just getting dominated. They're just letting anybody run through there. So that's an issue that I hope gets resolved. It's probably not going to get resolved this year. I can expect the same type of Twitter beefs and whatnot to happen again against USC. Hate it or love it, I think that Prime has been a very positive influence on the game. He's sparked more interest in college sports. Some people might not like his flavor, his style, and I see that the vast majority of those people are white people, if I had to be 100% honest, with the exception of Jason Whitlock. He's voiced his opinions on that. But most of the real folks that I meet outside, talking to folks at the barbershop, everybody's chill. Everybody's all in on this. They want to see him win. They want to see him be successful. And building confidence in these boys. Letting them, make some money if they need to make some money to help their families out. Pouring into them. I mean, if you look at the YouTube videos of some of these talks that he's having with them, he's really kind of giving them game on not only football, but life. The type of coaches he's bringing around with them. So I think it's all positive. But people are just going to have their issues. But for those of you who are feeling a little down today, don't sweat it. It's one game. They're going to have another one like this too. I don't think they're going to beat USC either. The teams, talent-wise, you have some good players at receiver. You got some good players, in the skill positions. I think Shedeur is a top quarterback. Your offensive line is trash, and your defensive line is not very good. So it's just, until that gets shores up. And maybe this might be a situation where you find somebody else that plays left tackle. That dude is really big, the guy who plays left tackle, but he's not very athletic, and he just gets outmaneuvered by everybody who's, in front of him. So I don't know. Hopefully in the future, I think that they have a better chance of not having a complete giant blowout like this. And maybe that offensive line can kind of get something together towards the end of the season. We'll see. But that's about it. It's nice to see you guys again. Make sure you like, subscribe. I'll see y'all